Circles are part of nature. The moon and the sun are round, so I'm using this ball for its smoothness and harmony.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sean, and this video is a demonstration of Peng Jin in Taijiquan. A lot of people may not agree with my definition of Peng Jin. It may also break down more than one principle or concept of Tai Chi, but Tai Chi works as a whole unit. And all this information is vital to understanding Peng. Now, the video goes in depth. This is information that I wish I had and understood when I first started training. It would have made a lot of things a lot easier. So I'm going to break it down for everybody. Hopefully this will be something that's useful, not just for beginners, but people that have been practicing for a long time that don't have this information. All right, please like, subscribe, and share. And enjoy the video. Please feel free to comment if you don't agree, if you have any questions, or you feel there's anything that should have been added. Also, this may not go with what everybody else is being taught. If you're being taught something different, please by all means go by what your teacher teaches. You can also ask your teacher questions if you have questions about it. Again, like, subscribe, and enjoy the video. This is a Pilates ball. It's made to withstand a lot of force. Now when I push into it, notice the ball collapses and it tries to move around your hand. At this point, it's keeping me out, so I can't get to the center of the ball. Now the good thing about the shape of the ball is if my force is off center, I'm going to slide into the ball. So my force has to be centered to compete with the ball. Now the ball has two options. It can do what it's doing now, and it can root my energy into its center, and then my energy goes into that wall. Or it can lower its center of gravity and bounce itself off. Alright, basic structure in Tai Chi is very important for both health and for martial arts. So what we're going to start with, our feet shoulder width apart. Imagine a string pulling your head from above. That's going to decompress your spine by pulling your head up while gravity pulls you down. It's also going to help you relax your neck. Your eyes look into infinity, not focused on any one object. That's going to help you with peripheral vision. You'll be able to see things coming from the side. You'll also be able to see down and up in front of you. The purpose of that is if you're staring at someone's chest, you're going to be able to see their feet, their head, their whole body moving. You also will be able to see if their homies are coming in from the side. Breathing is in and out of the nose unless you're making sound. Tongue gently touches the roof of your mouth behind your teeth. That makes you naturally generate saliva. You swallow the saliva. That keeps your throat moist during the fight so it doesn't get dry or purged. It also assists with metabolism. You're gently going to tuck your chin. Your chin tucks until you feel pressure right here in this point at the back of your skull. That activates the reptilian brain, which controls your flight and fight response. Relax your shoulders as much as you can. Round your chest, hollow your back. You don't want to round it too much till you're uncomfortable and you're straining. It's just a slight roundness. This also creates an arc, which is used a lot in architecture because it's a stronger structure. They used it a lot in Gothic buildings because it holds the buildings up, and the buildings will collapse beforehand. Right? There should be a fist width distance between your armpits. Let your chest and your ribs sink straight down. 4 finger spaces below your belly button, 4 finger spaces in is your dantian. That's your physical center of gravity. Allow your dantian to sink straight down to the ground. That's going to make your knees bend. You're going to feel like a lot of weight is on your legs and your upper body is light. Now we're going to push our hips forward and up. That's going to get rid of the natural curve of your spine, and it's going to align your bai hui and hui yin, which are two very important pressure points. There's going to be a straight line from here, down here, all the way down to your feet. You're going to round your qua, which is the linguinal crease, which is right here between your hips. With this rounded, it creates a ball structure in your legs. Knees slightly point in. Now you don't want to be bow-legged, you don't bow-legged out, or you don't want to be with your knees going in. You're going to be pretty much straight, a little pushed out. Feet always are going to point straight forward. All this structure is very important, not only for Tai Chi, but in your everyday life. With me in the military, my knees were injured and I got so bad I could not walk up and down the stairs at my home. I had to crawl up and down the stairs, and it turned out the reason why is because when I was walking, my toes would point out like this, and I was also stomping with my feet, and the impact and the fact that my toes were out made my muscles develop more on this side than on this side, and that caused a lot of knee pain. With misalignments in any of these portions, ankle pain, knee pain, and hip pain are all linked together, and if you have pain in any of those places, it can also lead to pain in your upper back. So when we're in this posture, we have three circles going on. There's the upper circle, which your body turns into three spheres. The upper sphere, of course, is for your arms, for movements, for power, keeping things out, structure, rooting. The lower body is another sphere, pushing out the legs, your body weighted down into your legs. All this makes a sphere with your legs, and it helps us root and helps our whole body go straight down into the earth. And then your whole body moving as a unit is the third sphere. So that helps you with Peng energy, it helps you redirect, it helps you collapse or contract, not collapse, contract. And your whole body works as a unit together to accomplish the task. So this exercise is to isolate the upper body from the lower body. The purpose of this exercise is to be able to isolate it in a way where you're sinking into the movement, so your legs are still involved, it's not completely the upper body, and you're able to use your whole body as a unit to take the opponent's balance or structure. Now, I'm using an 8-pound medicine ball. You're going to hold it chest level out in front of you, a little bit away, so it's not directly on you and it's not completely out. Your elbows are sunk straight down. Sink into your legs like explained earlier. And what we're going to do is we're going to move our body 45-degree angle. Imagine yourself in a square room. You're pointing towards the corner of the room, back to the center, back to the other corner, back to the center. Now typically we advise to do this 30 times on each side, nice and slow. Now as you're doing this, notice I'm not moving my hips, it's my waist across here that's doing the movement. Hips are staying still, waist is moving. Once you get the hang of this, there are additional movements you can do to get the legs activated in the same type of movement. Next, we're going to show a quick clip on how this would work in an application and how it's used. But the idea is when you're using it without the ball, it's the same motion. Just imagine you're holding the ball, and between the center of the ball there's a line straight to your dantian, like a stick. It's connected. No matter where your dantian goes, your arms have to go. Also imagine that this whole area is filled. So your arms can't collapse in, they can't move out, or you're going to drop what's in your arms. Just turn at the waist, keep your hips where they're at. Turn at the waist, keep your hips where you're at. Now when you're using it, if you need to, you can sink a little bit more into the legs. And it should be really easy to uproot your opponent using this. Alright, now another important part of the footwork in Tai Chi is that every step is a kick. So when your weight is on this foot, there's a possibility of kicking. When your weight is on this foot, there's a possibility of kicking. So what's very important to be able to do, now when your weight is on your front foot, you want to keep an imaginary line right here. So imagine a stick, whatever in front of you, and you want to be able to step forward, step back, step forward, step back without the stick moving. Now this was very difficult for me for a while because of my knees, but practicing this is going to strengthen the knees and it's going to become easier over time. And of course if you do it with one side, you want to do it with the other as well. So imagine a straight line here, step forward, step back, make sure you have the control. And this is also going to make sure you stay rooted and centered when you kick, so that way when you kick you're not pushing yourself back. How to sync properly and to develop your syncing skills a little better. So this is usually better if you're using something flat and square. Since I have nothing available that's about chest or solar plexus height, I'm using this. So you rest your arms on the item in front of you. Now when you're syncing, you want to think of your whole body as a unit. So we start from our shoulders, sync, relax your shoulders. Sink, relax your chest. Sink your ribs straight down. Sink your dantian straight down. Sink your elbows straight down. Now as you do that, your arms are going to feel heavier. Now you're going to sink again, same sequence. Shoulders, chest, ribs, dantian, arms. Now what's going to happen is as you sink, the corner of the object that your arms are, it's going to feel like it's putting pressure on your arms, almost like it hurts. So it's the phrase that's used is it's going to bite your arms. Once you feel a bite in your arms, sink again. Now at this point, your whole body should feel, upper body should feel light, almost like you're relaxing like a sack of potatoes, and everything is going straight down to your legs. Your legs should feel really heavy. Now at this point, if you want to move your arms, you don't just lift your arms. You lift at the elbow. What this trains you to do as well is use your arms like a lever. So all your body weight is sunk straight down into the ground. Your elbows sink, your arms sink, your shoulders sink. Also, this makes your arms feel heavy and weighted when you're moving with an opponent. So that way you have that advantage over them and they can get tired faster than you. Your arms are completely relaxed, but they're weighted straight down, almost like a baby throwing himself on the ground having a temper tantrum. They feel like they weigh so much because all their body weight is just sunk straight down like a sack of potatoes. Now in Tai Chi, you don't want to just be a sack of potatoes, because if everything's just sunk down and you're just a loose, wet noodle, you're just going to get thrown around. So there's still structure and connection here. You still have control of your arms, your body movement. Just everything is sunk straight down. So the 6 harmonies in Tai Chi are very important for Peng Jin. So to give you an idea of how the 6 harmonies work, I'm going to be demonstrating brush knee. So actually we're going to start with our feet together. Alright, facing the front, toes forward, sunk, correct posture. Shift my weight over to the left foot like I'm pouring water. Right toe points out, 45-degree angle. As I shift over, my arms come up, my toe touches the floor. At the same time my arm comes up, toe touches the floor. I'm going to step out as my hand comes next to my ear. My heel touches the floor, same time my hand hits my ear. Shift my weight forward, brush knee, push forward as all my weight comes to the front. Notice that the hand and the foot arrive at the same time every single time. What this is doing is my whole body connectivity is coming from the ground, pushing into the opponent. So the power is actually coming from sinking and then springing off that back foot, and it's connecting all the way up my spine, through my arms, out my hand. So it's not any type of magical chi energy or anything like that that's making power come through. It's my structure and springing off that back leg. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate something called pushing the wall. This is a very important concept with Tai Chi, and it helps a lot with rooting. Now what I'm doing, right now I'm about shoulder width distance and about half a step from the wall. I'm going to step my foot forward. There's no weight on the front foot, all the weight's on the back foot. Now my toe is about maybe an inch away from hitting the wall. Hands are on the wall. I'm going to round my back, follow my chest, get into a good position. Now I'm going to slowly push from the dantian forward. Because of the position of this foot and the fact that my arms are here, there's no possible way I'm going to be able to put my full body weight on this front leg. Now as I push forward, I'm going to feel the pressure of the wall pushing back. Now the idea here, you'll see a lot of people that are doing pushing the wall and then the book. You don't want to do that, because what you're doing is you're training yourself. Yeah, you're training yourself how to uproot somebody with a push, but at the same time, you're not rooting back. So what you're training yourself for is when you feel that type of push, you're going to get bounced off. So what we're going to do instead is as we feel that pushback, we're going to sink into it, into that back leg. So we're sinking into this back leg. It shouldn't require a lot of physical movement. Just as you feel your arms push forward, imagine that force going through your arms, down your spine, and sinking into your leg. Now what that's going to do is that's going to make your rooting strength stronger. And you can do this with other postures, not just push. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing with boom. You can change it up however you want to do it to train. But this is going to make your rooting skills stronger, and it's going to make it easier to root when you feel the oncoming push or when you're facing an opponent or doing push hands. Now in the same concept of rooting, this is a Pilates ball. The good thing about the Pilates ball is the ball has force that comes back. So we're going to use ward off. Now I have my feet shoulder width apart. My arm is just out to the side against the ball. I'm going to sink and move my foot up half a step so it's underneath the ball. As I push my weight forward, there's no way my weight's going to go all the way to my front foot because of the structure of my arm. This stays relaxed, but imagine holding a ball here. It's connected to your dantian. As you turn towards it, you're putting pressure into the ball. Alright, the good thing about this is you have a force back to root with. So you're going to imagine the force going through the arm, down the spine, down to that back foot, and rooting straight down. So this is a good exercise to help develop root. You want to hold it maybe 30 seconds, a minute, however long you can. And then of course, switch arms, do the same thing. Next is a exercise related to this, which is good to help you be able to develop Peng while moving forward and back. So right now I have my weight going forward, I'm pushing into the ball. I'm going to shift my weight back, keep that pressure into the ball. My weight's now on my back foot, my arm's pushing down, but I'm still pushing out into the ball. Turn, back to ward off, turn down, still putting pressure in the ball, back, ward off. So with compression and expansion, compression is also an important part. So a good exercise to help you with compression is you're going to stand there with your arms crossed. Take a deep breath, relax, sink, and press your arms in. Take a deep breath, relax, sink, and press your arms in. Take a deep breath, relax, sink, and press your arms in. Take a deep breath, relax, sink, compress your arms in. What this helps you with being able to do is when someone's pushing on you, you can compress into your center and not lose your structure. It also teaches you, if you're compressed, you can move your center and redirect energy in different directions. So it's a very good defensive application, especially in push hands.
I can break it down. I can break it down. I can break it down.